Ayo guys, welcome back to the channel. Now, doing this voiceover after doing the race because I went back through and I really could not hear what I said at all. So, you might hear me in the background while doing a little re-voiceover basically. So, we're gonna try and do this as well as we can. So right now, I'm just kind of going through my fuel load and tire compound, going on a hard compound. I am in my 1969 Ford Mustang Fastback after all. One of my favorite cars. I did widen the tires and take a little bit of power out, so you could say I rebuilt it from the ground up, mainly for the wheel. Now, in case you guys are new to the channel or anything like that, I swapped back to a well, I didn't swap back to, I swapped to a sim rig full on, as you can see in the webcam footage. We're going to go ahead and speed this up a little bit because for some reason the loading screen just took a while. So anyways, hear the revving of the motor. I do have the i6 and the supercharger in here. I know it's a meta, but at the same time, I am new to the sim rig. Still, I've only been using it for about 2 or 3 months now, somewhere around there. And we're just going off the line, straight off, and catching up right to a veteran, getting around Royal Garb in the BRZ. Veteran, the 350Z. Now, it does come off as a bit of a Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift style race, in my opinion, where I'm in the Mustang and he is in the 350Z or 370Z. I forget which model is in the game. I'm pretty sure it's the 370Z. A little bit of contact there, no big deal. But here I am with the power going down. I do take this hairpin a little wide, not gonna lie. And of course, better in the 370Z, he's going to actually, I think I see on that little trunk emblem that it is the 370Z, so. And it was going down the straightaway. Muscle car has the power versus the the Japanese JDM. Going into this double left-hander. He does show that he does have cornering ability over me and the Mustang. So we got that going for us. In fact, my segment score was absolute shit for that one. Going into turn 1 though. Trying to keep up with them as best as I can. Now, again, I'm in a heavy muscle car with a V6 or i6. Pretty sure you can't really put a V6 in one of these cars. Kind of stupid in my opinion. But going into this hairpin, this is where the Royal Garb starts really closing in the gap. But at the same time, I do have straight line speed over these guys, so we're just going to go ahead and put the power down, start catching up to T Vetter here. Not quite sure if that has any special meaning to it whatsoever, but I go in on the inside this time, letting S-Class through. I think I still missed my braking point though, so I ended up going a little wide while Veteran the 370Z goes around me pretty easily. But we are on a pretty good straightaway, so I'm able to try and tuck into this draft and at least try to catch up a little bit. I do brake a little early here just so I don't go into the back of Vetter. I do dip a couple tires though. They did need the grass did need cut around here, but Royal Garb does capitalize on it though. He gets around me. He is in the BRZ. That is the meta car for B-Class after all. I go off track here. Luckily, the race officials did not hit me too hard for penalties there. Mazda Formula 1 getting around me. I hit the gas a little too soon there. And right now, we're just on the straightaway. I'm trying to pull in Royal Garb quite a bit. Trying to use the power to my advantage. I catch up to C-Class, though, no, Miata, who goes way too wide. He might have let the pressure get to him just a little bit. But he does try to catch up a little bit. Seems like he was a little desperate to get around B-Class. S-Class in the Ferrari. I'm not quite sure what that model is. I'm pretty sure it's what they used against the GT40 back in the 1940s, I should say. Anyways, going into the carousel here, trying to basically keep up with everyone. Got a Porsche getting close. I do take this turn a little wide on purpose just to try and let him go on through. Hopefully try to get these done because I do plan on streaming. It is Monday at the time of doing these recordings and voiceover. Gonna try and get these done relatively quick. Hopefully get some hot dogs in my system. It is Memorial Day weekend after all. S-Class getting around me pretty easily. I do lock up the brakes there. Go off track there, letting that Mercedes-Benz through. Looks like I'm pretty much on my own. I do got A-Class behind me, though. I'm trying not to mess with their race, and I'm hoping they don't want to mess with my race too much. We got an Acura behind me in A-Class. So far, I'm holding him off pretty well, even though I'm in a class lower. Now, I did lower the, excuse me. I did lower the volume on the actual race itself, but you can still kind of hear me in the background, so I do apologize if you're trying to make sense of what I'm trying to say there. But like I said, going back through the footage, something on my mic went and got screwed up, but either way. Don't know why the Acura said sorry there. He probably thought he messed with my line a little bit. My hot dogs are done, by the way, so after I get this voiceover done, I'm going to go smash on some of them. Do the voiceover on the next race, maybe a little later, maybe do that tomorrow or Wednesday or something. I don't know yet. All I know is it was a pretty fun race, not going to lie. Got a better lap time there, so can't complain there. Trying to hold off, well, do a little battle with that A-Class there. And Davenport, gonna have to relook at how you're, or relook at what the manufacturing name is, but either way, I'm pretty sure it's one of those names that I can't really pronounce all that well. By the way, tucked into his draft, but he does have a little bit of power. My split time, though, is looking a lot better. Can't complain whatsoever. And it looks like we're probably going to have to speed this up just a little bit. Yeah, speeding it up just because not much really happens in this little section here, but a Porsche does catch up. I do go a little wide, trying to let him through. He was carrying a lot of speed after that corner. But going into this hairpin, I don't know if he got sim twitch, really bad aero wash, or what, but either way, I do try to avoid him, go off track. I will take a penalty for going off track over running into another driver any day, but anyways, we're just going to go ahead and speed this little section up, because, again, not too much actually happens, believe it or not. I do go between 6.5, 7 seconds between me, Royal Garb, and Vetter, who are having one hell of a battle here. Anyways, a couple of the classes that are a little faster than me. We do a little battle. Again, S-Class coming up really up and down. We're going to go ahead and just stop the speed up at the final 5-minute mark, which should be right about now. where I do catch up to that Ferrari that did battle with the GT40 in the 1940s, I should say. Mercedes-Benz going around me, Mr. Night Flight there. Now, I did lose a lot of time in the battles with the S-Class and A-Class because I'm not really trying to do battle with them. Instead, I'm trying to get out of their way, basically, because for the past few multi-class races, I've noticed that higher classes, they did not have a very good rep when it comes to trying to get around the lower classes, even though it is on them to try and get around them. Basically, the class lower than you, if they're holding the race line, then it is pretty much on the class higher to try and get around them. Whether it's through a switchback, a drafting, and then getting around them on the straight, or something like that. Seems like a lot of people in the higher classes don't seem to understand that. But either way, Royal Guard did get around T-Vetter there. What can you say? Royal Guard was in the meta after all, so no surprise there. I don't know why I couldn't think of that word for a minute. Going into the final 3 minutes, S-Class getting around me. I did take that turn a little wide, trying to give him a little extra room. And again, a meta car. Why everyone's using the meta cars in open class, I don't know. Honestly, why anyone is breaking the unspoken rules anymore is kind of sad, in my opinion. I mean, granted, I have no excuse. I am using the meta style build in this race by using the V6 and the supercharger, along with race tires. So, I can't really say too much, but at the same time, I'm still in third place just because I'm not quite that good. And plus, this thing only has straight line speed, and of course, I'm just not very good on the wheel right now as it is. In fact, once I start getting more comfortable on this thing, I'll probably rebuild this Mustang to maybe go back to the stock V8. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's the Boss 302 motor that this thing had stock, so I'll probably go back to that one of these days. Somehow try to keep it in a B class if I can. B class or maybe even C class, drop it down a class or two. Well, not a class or two, just keep it in B class basically, or C class, one of the two. I haven't quite decided yet, but that's going to be based on how comfortable I get with the sim rig, which, as you guys can tell, I'm starting to get a little more comfortable with it, with segment scores being above 7s. I mean, my goal for the sim rig was to, before going online, was to keep the segment scores above an 8, so I am just under where I want to be so far. In fact, we'll go ahead and take a look at this little section score here. So far, pulling this off pretty well. And segment score says 9.0. So well above where I want to be as far as the sim rig is concerned. Also, it has been a while since I've done one of these voiceovers, so I apologize if my voice does start giving out halfway through it. I promise it's not the goal, but we got that Porsche that lost control earlier right behind me, so he's gonna, well, I'm gonna give him a little bit of extra room, mow some grass, let the Porsche go on through. Hopefully he doesn't mess up this hairpin again. Braking a little sooner again, trying not to give him some aero wash. And the game says I took that corner way better. And of course, at this point, I'm trying to figure out which button it is for the good race emote. Instead, I say good luck. I'm pretty sure it's left then up for good race. I'll have to plug in the controller and see that. But either way, I'm not sure if people went and quit or something like that, but Hugo, yeah, I think it's over and up, or left and up, one of the two. I'll have to see. And it was 5 seconds left to go, and we are going to see myself on the podium. A-Class Miata doing some battling with me. Lap times only a tenth of a second off of T Vetters. And of course, 2 people got disconnected or quit or whatever. But either way, you got me on the podium. And with that being said, guys, pretend I said something corny here to get you to like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope to see you guys next time. See y'all later.